to your hat this morning. It is a windy one out there, that is for sure. Man, I got a notification on my phone, Pete. It says rain, snow, going to be happening over towards the Garner area here soon.
If you've looked at 511 over in the Decorah and Walk-On area, we have plows on the road.
What?
Yes,
Oh,
there's
my.
snow over there, and the roads are to the point where you need the plows out. So,
Wow.
yeah, this isn't a cable radio station or satellite radio station, so I probably can't use the words I want to use, but this
Right.
is ridiculous.
Yeah. Oh, my. It's not even October, November yet.
No, this is just dumb.
Oh, how long have you had the plows? How many trucks have plows on them? How soon ago did you put them on?
A couple weeks ago, we have plows. I believe you're supposed to have about 50% of your plows ready to go. Now,
Okay.
you might not have the plow on it, but you've got, all the attachments ready. So it's just, you can quickly put it on. But
Right.
yeah, you got to have the spreaders on. You got to have the brine tanks in and have everything calibrated and ready to go. And this is why we do that, because all of a sudden, boom, here we are. You got to be on the road and ready to go to help keep people safe.
We'd be calling all farmers and people with four-wheelers.
Yeah, exactly.
We need the roads cleared up here at Highway 9.
No, we're out. We're out doing what we can. I don't think was it the Saturday when we had snow too.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody in our district was out, but in the northwest part of the state, we had several of our shops had plows out. So, yeah, here we go.
Yeah. Some people said in Dakota's areas were like 8 feet, and other ones like 12, 14. They got
inches, yeah.
Or inches, not feet.
Yep.
Wow, what a snowstorm they had.
Yeah. Yep, they're shut down until spring.
Yeah. Sorry, I get a little confused between feet and inches, I guess, apparently.
Yeah, well, make sure you aren't a contractor who's building a house or anything.
Yeah, ginormous one.
Why is that door so big?
Yeah. Andre the Giant could walk through that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, goodness gracious. What does this weather do with the road construction you got going on, Pete? Does it slow it down, or are you guys still able to continue working?
Again, it depends on what we're doing as far as the putting down asphalt or concrete. Yeah, it makes a difference because we have specs, certain temperatures. If I remember right, concrete has to be 34 degrees and rising before you can put it down, and I believe asphalt is 40 degrees and rising. So there won't be much of that work being done today or yesterday, obviously. But the good news is it allows us, using the Floyd interchange as an example, we've got to do bridge approaches. So it allows the crews to get in there and put like all the steel and get all the prep work done. Same with some of the smaller pours we have to do in the area. The asphalt shoulders, it allows the crews to get in and get the shoulders completely and totally prepped. So when the temperatures do get to the point where we can do some work, everything's ready and they can just get in there and go. So no, this is not ideal by any means,
Right.
but we are making the best of it. And I kind of summed up what's going on over at Floyd right there. They're also hopefully later this week, when the temperatures allow, be pouring bases for the street lights that will light up the interchange area. They're going to be working Saturdays as well. And the plan is still to get that thing open by Thanksgiving. So we'll hope for good weather and keep moving forward. We'll obviously know more as the time goes on. But I just talked to our construction and engineer yesterday and talked with the contractor, and that's still the goal, is to have it open Thanksgiving. So we'll keep you updated as we get closer.
We've got to have warmer temperatures. This can't be just all of a sudden, boom, we're hanging around the 30s and 40s now.
No, what's the average high is like low 50s, I believe. So
yeah,
this is one of those bumps in the road. We'll get back up to a little more seasonable, I'm sure, where I don't expect to see 70s or 80s until maybe April or May, but we will get better.
Yeah, Mr. Optimistic, Pete Helmstead. Always.
I'm here for your mental struggles.
Yeah, Mr. Positive there.
Gotta be.
Positive Pete. No more pothole Pete. It's Positive Pete.
I like that one better.
You like that one? Yeah. I had somebody make a comment because I'd done that before, mentioned that name, and they're like, "Does Pete get mad at you?" And I said, "Yeah, I think he does."
Yeah. I don't get mad. I just get like, seriously, there's nothing else you got.
Yeah. Come on, be a little more creative, Jay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else in the construction world? That pretty much wraps it all up, huh?
Oh no, we got a couple more going. The new culvert installation on Iowa 9 by Fertile that's been closed and detoured. If all goes well, and this is perfect conditions, it will be open on Friday.
Oh, cool.
Now, again, it's going to depend on the weather and everything and the contractor getting in there, but we're hoping to get it open Friday. If not, it'll be early next week. Deck overlay on Iowa 9 by New Haven, still shooting for November 10th. The work on US 18 at Britton Garner, like we mentioned before, they're going to be doing stuff there probably till Thanksgiving as far as doing shoulder work and asphalt work and sub drains. And so they'll still see work going on there. So be aware of that with the pilot car and flaggers. The Iowa 3 project between I-35 and Hampton, we mentioned last week that they were probably going to get in there this fall and do some work before they get to some of the more intense work with the resurfacing project next year. And they do plan on doing that. They'll probably be working there until about November
Uh-oh.
10th. And believe it or not, we are going to be starting a small project in Charles City, and that is currently scheduled to go on November 2nd. It's only going to take 2 or 3 days. We're going to be doing some asphalt patching on Iowa 14 and US 18 in Charles City, mainly from about the intersection of Main and 14 to Stony Point Road on the south side of town. So be aware of that. There'll be lane closures and traffic will be shifted while they're doing the work. But again, that should only take 2 or 3 days.
Yeah. Hey, wait, Pete, maybe I've asked you this before, but when you say contractors, I mean, is this not like Hinkle or Schneider or nothing? These are totally something different, isn't it, for contractors?
Yeah, it depends on the work. Like Hinkle and Schneider and that, they do different types of work. Some of these contractors are, well, Heartland Asphalt, one
Okay,
that's, local that
sure.
people will be aware of. Um, the main contractor we have out at Floyd is Cedar Valley out of the Waterloo area. So yeah, when we say contractors like that, we're looking, especially at some of those bigger projects, some of the major contractors throughout the state. Now, again, Heartland Asphalt is a local contractor that does a lot of work with us,
Sure.
so people are very familiar with that. So yeah, that's what we're talking about with contractors. And then like the bridge and everything out at Floyd, you have the main contractor, which is Cedar Valley, and they're mainly a paving contractor.
Okay.
So they'll get that bid and then they will sub out a lot of like the dirt work. They'll sub out the traffic light work. They'll sub out the asphalt work. Like Heartland Asphalt is going to be doing the asphalt shoulders out there, but
Sure.
Cedar Valley is the prime contractor. So
Oh,
that's kind of what we're getting at.
okay. All right. I always kind of wondered about that. I'm going,
Yeah, no, very good question.
So,
You made up for your lack of imagination on nicknames with a good question.
oh, thanks, Pete. So that's it for the business side. Brought to you by Mason City All Risk Insurance. Make sure your insurance is updated. Make sure you get that paid. Are you looking for something different? Well, contact Mason City All Risk for all of your insurance needs, basically from agriculture to commercial to ski doos to whatever else you might have.
You think Dave
Go-karts.
ever listens and says, "I'm sponsoring what?"
Right. Yeah. Exactly. I don't know. I haven't heard from him, so
Okay, we're good.
yeah. Oh, big weekend this weekend. Iowa State Cyclones had a big win. Of course, the Hawkeyes were off, so you didn't have nothing to do, but you could have supported the Cyclones if you can get it on TV. You can't even get it on TV unless you got like ESPN Plus.
Tell you what, it's a different world with these streaming services. It's
Oh,
yeah, and the reason they keep doing it is because these companies are paying major dollars to have the rights to them. So it's going to keep happening until people completely and totally veto it, and I don't see that happening.
no. Got to have our sports, just like
Right?
the NFL ticket. I'm still
Yeah.
too tight to buy that, Pete.
Yeah, I haven't bought it either. I've been tempted to. I have DirecTV, and I think it's been the past 5 or 6 years they've given the NFL Sunday ticket to us for free to
Oh,
people who
really?
have been longtime subscribers. So this is my first year in about 5 or 6 years I haven't had Sunday ticket, and I get the shakes every once in a while on Sunday, knowing I can only watch whatever game the network let me watch.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm not forking out that money.
You got to do like you do with a boat. Find a friend that's got one.
That's exactly right. It's exactly right. So when are you getting it?
Well, I got neighbors that have it, so I don't
There
need
you
it.
go.
Yeah, I just got to bring the beer.
Okay, well, that's not a bad trade-off.
No, it's a lot cheaper. Well,
Yeah.
it
Well,
depends. My
yeah, I was gonna
neighborhood,
say that could be debated too.
yeah, my neighborhood. Oh boy. Oh boy. But it was so a good weekend to kick off with that, and then of course the Titans, they won finally. They're talking about big trades with Derrick Henry, the big running back we have for the Titans.
I thought I heard last night they said that they told him that they will not be trading him.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know I was kind of up in the air. And then
Yep.
the other big talk, of course, you're a Viking fan. I'm a Viking fan. You're more on the positive side of things. I'm more on the negative side of things. With that one, the positive peak comes back again. But Kirk Cousins, he's got an Aaron Rodgers injury.
Yeah, that was sickening. I knew it the second it happened when I saw him hopping off the field, and they showed the replay, and there was no twist of the ankle whatsoever. I just looked at my wife and I said, he just tore his Achilles.
Yeah.
And she goes, what do you mean? They're saying ankle on TV. I said, nope, it's his Achilles.
Yeah.
And I hate it when I'm right sometimes.
I know it. I know. And he's out for the season. It is reported that last night. He had an MRI yesterday, and now he's out for the rest of the season. So a couple other quarterbacks down too. So we're back. We're doing backup quarterback play here this year.
Yep. Yeah, we'll see. I'm really hoping, there's so many people talking about, Colt McCoy and whoever else is out there, Carson Wentz, I guess. And I really hope they don't go that route. I mean, maybe if you want to sign them for a backup, but I would much rather go with Jaren Hall, who's been with the system since he was drafted, since mini camps, training camp. He's practiced. He knows the system better than anybody who's going to be coming in off the streets. Of course, the team's going to be talking positive, but I heard an interview with Jordan Hicks, a linebacker, yesterday, and he had a lot of good things to say about Jaren Hall, just the way he conducts himself in practice. And a lot of the offensive players said the way Hall handled the huddle when he came in after Cousins' injury was pretty impressive. So we'll see. I have a feeling we'll find out what he can do on Sunday, and we'll go from there.
Yeah. No. Well, and like Viking fashion, we sit there and we tried to lose the game at the end, but we didn't.
We won by 2 scores, Jay. Relax.
I know, but still, come on, Pete.
It's the first 2-score game of the entire year, and you're saying we tried to lose it?
Well, the way it looked a couple of different times, it looked like we were trying to. But I was.
Believe me, I didn't feel comfortable until they took a knee, so I get it.
Yeah. But I liked what I saw from Hall, the quarterback, the backup quarterback.
Yeah.
I never even knew he was our quarterback. I had no idea.
No, I remember drafting him and people saying that that he has more talent, that nobody wanted to take an early round draft pick on him, but that he's got some of the skills. He's athletic, he's mobile. Hey, this is completely grasping, Jay, but a year ago today, how many people outside the state of Iowa knew who Brock Purdy was?
I know. I'm just going to bring him up. I'm saying, hey, Mr. Irrelevant. Look at him. He's what he's doing in the, of course, you got fans that turn negative on it going, oh my goodness, he's throwing 5 interceptions in the last 2 games or whatever.
That's what fans do, unfortunately, but
yeah,
players and coaches and teammates are smarter than that. Thank goodness.
Yeah. Well, they're, on the daily activities and know what people can do.
Right. And don't get me wrong. There are times I wonder why we're doing what we're doing, or I'll go to Iowa. I have no idea why Deacon Hill is still our starting quarterback. But then you also have to remember that these coaches, we see if the offense gets 40 plays a game.
Yeah.
They see reps all week during practice. So hopefully they're making the right decision. It makes me wonder what Joey Labus looks like in practice if he's not making the start. But like I said, I gotta put my trust in them, even though it's kind of hard sometimes.
Well, Ferentz isn't coming back next year.
Brian Ferentz, correct.
The
Yep.
offensive coach. So some people are going, that's a blessing.
Well, I hate to. You might have to change my Positive Pete nickname because when it comes to Brian Ferentz, it was time. I'll just leave it at that. It was time.
That's still, even though he's negative, he's still positive. Positive Pete right there. Look at that.
Doing what I can, Jay. especially as I look outside and see these small trees like almost at a 90-degree angle bent over in the wind.
It is very, very windy. Hang on to those high profile vehicles when you come out from behind the grove because it will grab you. And if you got a hat on, it'll grab that too.
Hey, I also want to throw out, it's Halloween, like we mentioned.
Oh, yeah.
And if you're out and about, be careful. I mean, the kids don't care how cold it is to a point. They're going to be out and they want to get their candy. But guess what? It is cold and they're probably going to be running to the cars quicker and unfortunately probably not looking both ways all the time. So be aware of that. Watch out for the kids and watch out for the weather. Again, this stuff happens fast. I don't think a lot of us expected plows to be out in Northeast Iowa this morning. So that's why we always talk about people need to get their vehicles ready and themselves ready in early October, just in case.
Right. So get that snowblower out of the old garage, the storage shed this weekend.
Yeah, I got to do that
yet. Stares at me every time I get in there. I'm going, no, you're going to stay in the corner.
Exactly.
Pete, as always, have yourself a wonderful week. All right.
Hey, you do the same, Jay.
That's the good stuff.